What if I told you that most of the wars in the Middle East are actually part of one long chain reaction? For more than 40 years, conflicts have triggered new conflicts. One war leads to another invasion creates new enemies, and the cycle continues. This is the story of 40 years of war. Part 1, The Beginning, 1979. The chain reaction begins in 1979. The Soviet Union launches an invasion of Afghanistan, starting the Soviet-Afghan War. During this conflict, fighters from across the Muslim world join the Afghan resistance. One of those volunteers was Osama bin Laden. This war becomes a training ground for militant networks that later influence global events. Part 2, The Iran-Iraq War, 1980 to 1988. Just 1 year later, another major war begins. In 1980, Iraq under Saddam Hussein invades Iran. The Iran-Iraq War lasts 8 years and becomes one of the longest and deadliest wars of the 20th century. Both countries suffer massive destruction. By the end of the war, Iraq is deeply in debt and economically weakened. Part 3, The Gulf War, 1990-1991. In 1990, Iraq invades Kuwait. The world responds quickly. A US-led coalition launches military operations to force Iraqi troops out of Kuwait, starting the Gulf War. Although Iraq is defeated, tensions in the region continue to grow. Part 4, Rising Hostility with the United States. Throughout the 1990s, tensions between the United States and extremist groups intensify. Militant networks expand. Among them is Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden. This hostility eventually leads to one of the most shocking events in modern history. Part 5, The 9/11 Attacks, 2001. In 2001, the world changes forever. The September 11th attacks target the United States. Nearly 3,000 people are killed. The attacks trigger a new era of global conflict. Part 6, The U.S. Invasion of Afghanistan. After the attacks, the United States launches military operations in Afghanistan to dismantle Al-Qaeda and remove the Taliban government. The Afghanistan War becomes one of the longest conflicts in modern history. Part 7, The Iraq War, 2003. In 2003, another major conflict begins. The United States invades Iraq, launching the Iraq War. The government of Saddam Hussein collapses. But instability spreads across the country. Part 8, The Rise of ISIS. In the chaos that follows, extremist groups grow stronger. One of them eventually becomes the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. In 2014, ISIS declares a caliphate controlling large parts of Iraq and Syria. The world once again mobilizes to defeat this new threat. Part 9, The Collapse of ISIS Territory, 2019. After years of fighting, ISIS loses its territorial control in 2019. But the region still carries the scars of decades of conflict. Ending. From Afghanistan, to Iraq, to ISIS, these wars were never isolated events. They were part of a chain reaction that lasted 4 decades. Understanding this timeline helps us understand the world we live in today.